Hey, happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to your chamber check-in episode from Idaho's only five-star accredited chamber. Today, I'm really excited to feature WasteLess Recycle, and I've got the marketing director with us today, Lindsay Holmes. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, thank you so much. It's good to be here.
I met you at an after-hours event last year, and you and I got to talking, and I was like, "What do you guys do?" And you were telling me, and I was like, "Okay, we got to feature you."
Yeah.
Um, we have a great recycling program here with the city of Boise. I think this
Yep.
what you have is a huge enhancement and something I've never seen before with the quality or the quantity of items that are accepted as
hmm
well as donated. So, Lindsay, these chamber check-ins are great ways of sharing our member stories, their products, services, but most importantly, the people. So let's
hmm
start with you a little bit. Help me share a little bit about you, Lindsay, kind of your history of work that led you to becoming an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been a long history. I was in the mortgage financing business for a long time, sales, kind of developing things there. Then 2008 happened. We all cringe at that word, 2008. So held on for a few years, did some nonprofit work, and then got back into actually the solar business, where I really started learning more about what's good for the environment and all that kind of stuff. Ended up talking to a good friend of mine who was in waste management here for about 20 years. And he started talking about recycling in Idaho, what's available here and what's not available. And so we kind of got together and he started the company, brought me on as the marketing director. And I was really passionate about the recycling side of things here in the Treasure Valley and how can we fill that gap? Because there's a lot of things that aren't being recycled, and we wanted to make sure that people had the opportunity to do what's right because people want to do the right thing. So,
And I don't think normal people are aware or educated about what to do with their glass, what to do with their plastics, what to do with their Keurig cups, right?
mhm.
So, and we have my family, for example, we have growing kids, and we don't want to throw away our stuff. We want to donate it, but where's our time with two working parents and kids going off to sports and music and choir, you name it. And so I really love what you have going on. And I can't wait for you to share. So tell us a little bit about Wasteless Recycling. You kind of primed the pump a little bit on why. Tell us about the company and a little bit about the programs.
Yeah, so it's super simple. I've noticed a lot of people these days are focusing on the value of their time, right? A lot of people are hiring house cleaners and landscapers and things like that, things that they could probably do on their own, but they don't have the time to do it, and their time is more valuable when it's spent on their work or with their family or things like that. So that's one reason to use our service, but also we want to make sure the city does have a good recycling program. They take certain items that are great, and we never want to cross that line, cross that agreement, or take anything that they take. We're not here to be competition with them or anything like that. We are just here to fill the gap. So the city, Meridian, Boise, Nampa, all these different areas take certain items, then we don't take those because the city covers that. But we take almost everything that they don't take. So again, we're just trying to fill that gap and give people the chance to do the right thing. So we're just a service. So basically we come by people's homes, their front porch, and we provide a box for them. Yeah, you're pulling it up. Great. So we provide that box, usually about within 72 hours of signing up for our service. We come by, people put all their plastics, all the things that we take, which we'll go over in a little bit, I'm sure. Just the list of things, but people put it in that box. We provide extra bags because not everything fits in that box. We're finding that people are recycling a lot with us, which is super exciting. But we provide that, people put it in there, and then we come by your house twice a month and pick up whatever you have in and around that box. And it's just $18 a month, flat fee. You could pile a bunch of stuff on the porch, we'll pick it all up.
Wow.
Or you can have a couple items and we'll pick it up for the same amount. So pretty simple service, but extremely, extremely valuable and important for our area.
And then donation.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're getting a lot of is, we take plastics that the city doesn't take. We'll take your hazardous household chemicals to the hazardous household facility on your behalf. Again, that's something that you could do, but we, want to save you time. So we'll take that. There's a long list of items we take, and I'll talk a little bit about where we take specifically the plastics. That's a big one that people are recycling with us. A lot of the plastics, the city does take certain plastics, which I could talk about, but then we'll take the other ones and we send it to a company. I'll tell you about that, but the donations has been a big one. So anything that you want to donate, dishware, clothes, children's toys, anything like that, you can set out with your stuff in our donation bag that we provide for you. And then we'll take it to local nonprofits. And one thing that we want to stress is not every nonprofit takes all items. Some nonprofits don't want certain items. Maybe they have so many clothes, they can't even handle it anymore. So we don't take your clothes there. We take them to other nonprofits that are in desperate need of clothes. Same with like dishware and things like that. There's certain nonprofits, they don't need that, they don't want it. But then we know of nonprofits in the area that do. So we just want to make sure that every item you're setting out gets reused or recycled appropriately and responsibly.
That's a big list.
It's a huge list. I know.
And what I saw from this list is there's a bunch of household items that you never know what to do. What do you do with all your batteries? Obviously, yep. Paint, pesticides, insecticides. Everybody's got those cans. Spa chemicals, pool chemicals that are unused or old.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. And then I was looking at the miscellaneous list here too. Keurig pods.
Keurig pods. Almost everybody uses those.
Yeah.
Keurig, we send those to Keurig and they recycle them. So, wow. I mean, we have a Keurig bin that we fill them all up in and send it back to them and they recycle them. So it's great.
So what do you do with all this stuff?
Yeah, that's the next thing I really want to go over. So in talking to people about recycling in this area, people don't recycle because they don't think anything is really happening with that stuff, which is a valid concern, a valid question. If they're paying for a service, a monthly fee, they want to know that it's being recycled. So most of the plastics that we recycle that the city doesn't take, again, we don't take anything that the cities take, goes to a company called TerraCycle. And TerraCycle started in about 2019. I jotted down some notes from their website. Their website is on our website under frequently asked questions. Everything we take and what we do with them is listed there. We're very transparent on what happens with the items that we pick up because, again, we want you to feel happy that you're doing the right thing with all of this. So TerraCycle is great. They actually started in 2019 by removing plastics from rivers and canals. And then they later developed a salon cycle. They were recycling salon waste. They produced all the podiums for the Tokyo Olympics back in 2021 by recycled trash. Then they expanded to Australia, New Zealand. They're in about 20 countries now. I mean, their website is extremely robust, and they're doing some amazing things with recycling for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
These donations. I can hear a little mute button for a second. The donations of clothes and toys, the youth ranch, we have plenty of it.
Yeah.
What and who are your partners that you partner with? What kind of nonprofits are you partnering with?
Yeah, like the Boise Rescue Mission, Idaho Youth Project, places like that. We also partner with the Boise Bicycle Project. So we've picked up quite a few bicycles and taken it to them, which is great. Any electronics, there's computers for kids that we partner with. The Boise Police Department, actually, they have a lot of different drives. So around Christmas time, they're looking for donations, financial and actual donations, and then they do, back to school. So they'll pick up a bunch of back to school items for kids, things like that. So, yeah. And we're also, we're calling these places before we take donations, we're calling them and saying, hey, we have, 15 pounds or 20 pounds or 30 pounds of clothes. Do you want them? We're not going to bring them to you if you're if you don't need them. So we'll call ahead to some of these nonprofits and find out what they actually need.
On the website, you can find the entire list of accepted items, not accepted items. And how do we sign up for your program?
Yeah, so just going to our website and clicking Get Started. It's super simple. You can fill out your information there and set up just the monthly automatic payment that goes up. You can pay monthly or you can pay a year in advance. We have both those options, but usually people do the $18 a month. So, and then if there's any, larger items, maybe there's a couch that's in decent condition that they want to get rid of, we will come pick that up. So we just need to know ahead of time that there's something a little bit larger. But yeah, most of it that's, on the porch, we'll grab for you and take it.
That's awesome. You're headquartered here in the Treasure Valley.
Yep.
And your territory is?
The whole Treasure Valley, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And what does it typically look like for if I've signed up for your program and I've got on my porch, I've got some donations and you come up every 2 weeks. How do I know when you're coming? Tell me about that.
So we're coming on the first and third Thursday of every month right now. And so depending on, neighborhoods and things like that, we'll let people know they'll get an automated email when they sign up and it says exactly which days that we're coming to pick up items. So, because a lot of people we're finding have a lot of stuff to recycle or donate. And so they don't want all that stuff sitting on their porch all week long, so they'll keep it in their garage and then they'll put it out the night before.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So you're headquartered here in Boise in the Treasure Valley. You serve the Treasure Valley. Remind me again how long you've been in business?
2 years.
So 2 years, just getting started, really.
Yeah. We're just really trying to get the word out. I mean, we've got several customers that love us, and I've done these Boise Saturday markets and stuff and had customers come up to my booth and say, "Oh, WasteLess, we love you. We've signed up for your service. We're telling all of our neighbors." And so it's great. It's such a needed program in this area for sure.
Well, you're providing a service that is needed. You're giving the effort towards something that is elevating and rising all tides, right? We all want to be good citizens. We want to be good community members, good neighbors. I think this is awesome. Congratulations, Lindsay.
Yeah, thank you so much. No, I appreciate that for sure.
So for whoever is watching, and just share this message. This is really cool. It's WasteLessRecycle.com for a full list of all items accepted and not accepted. Go to their website on their frequently asked questions. $18 a month. Come on. To take their Keurig pods. Okay. I think that's awesome. And they go back you send them back to Keurig and they reuse them. That's huge. Okay. Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to educate the listeners on while we have you today, Lindsay?
Yeah, I mean, I would just remind you to go to our website, but our frequently asked question page has a ton of information, and there's a lot of questions that people have. I try to keep that section of our website updated as much as possible to answer those questions. But if you do have questions that aren't there, or you just want to reach out, email us at info@wastelessrecycle.com. And we respond to those emails very quickly, and we can have a phone conversation too. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you, any of you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lindsay, thanks for your effort, for what you're doing in the community. Really appreciate your membership with the chamber. We really enjoy that membership, and I look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Bye.
Bye.